Hey, it's Cassie from Curry Honda in Chicopee. You're listening to the Bax and Nagle podcast on Rock 102. Come see us at Curry Honda for the best selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. Experience the best at Curry Honda. Thanks for listening.
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 5:50 and AC/DC with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
It is going to be cloudy today with a high of 29. Tomorrow, cloudy with a high of 39. It's a lovely 16 degrees in downtown Springfield.
Hollywood Trash is brought to you by Western Mass Masons. Call them for all your foundation and chimney needs.
Somehow you still care about what's happening in Hollywood. So, from Tinseltown, 3,000 miles away, it's Steve Nagle's Hollywood Trash.
Ariana Grande shared updates on her upcoming Eternal Sunshine tour, revealing that she has been working on the set list for months.
Months?
And this is the best you can come up with?
How many songs does she have to choose from? I mean, what is it's like an hour and a half long show?
Probably got to be. Yeah, I can't imagine it being any longer than 90 minutes.
Please.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could sit through more than 90 minutes.
The singer made her first public appearance of 2026 at the first appearance of 2026. It's only 5 days into the new year. Of course, every appearance that you make after January 1 at 12 o'clock is a New Year appearance.
It's like everything you do between now and New Year's. It's like the first of the year.
No, but it's like, you know, if she had come out in March, she's making her first appearance since the new year, that would make more sense as opposed to, the new year just happened 5 days ago.
This would be like posting on Instagram. Well, first trip to the toilet of 2026.
Yeah, right. Anyway, she discussed her tour plans. Grande, dressed in a custom Alberta Ferretti gown, mentioned that rehearsals for the tour will begin soon with the launch scheduled for June. She expressed excitement for the tour and hinted at surprises for fans, keeping further details under wraps. Yeah, the surprise is the $500 seat that it's going to cost you to get to an Ariana Grande concert. The sold-out tour. It's already been sold out. She hasn't even practiced yet, and it's already sold out.
Let me ask you this. Let's say you sold out a show.
Yeah.
Months in advance, okay? And you know there's no seats. I don't have to work hard to get people to show up. All I got to do is show up, sing a couple songs, and then that's it. Would you, knowing all that, would you spend all that time pouring months into the set list at that point? Or would you say, you know what? I'm just going to sing Broadway show tunes, and you're going to live with it.
But it's like us selling out the Bourbon Barbecue and Blues thing, even though it gets sold out, which it probably will be either this week or, by the end of this week.
Right.
We still have to say, hey, thanks to all the, by the way, you can't buy any more tickets, but we just want to thank all these people that have sponsored this event. And we hammer that up until the very day that it happens.
Right.
So maybe this is what she's doing.
Maybe it's an obligation. Who knows?
Maybe she's got sponsors that she needs to thank. Could be. Actor Rob Schneider. Didn't I just say to you before we went on vacation we don't do enough Rob Schneider stories?
We've been talking about this for months.
He's criticized Hollywood, calling it out for what he perceives as a decline in integrity. Yes, when they hired you.
I don't know if Rob Schneider really is the guy you want to hear about integrity from.
That is kind of weird to hear it from him, right?
Yes.
He believes that conservative celebrities are being blacklisted, leading to a dismantling of the industry. Schneider, known for his roles in Deuce Bigalow and The Hot Chick, has faced career setbacks after expressing his right-leaning political views.
Yeah, they're called Deuce Bigalow and The Hot Chick.
I think the backlash you're facing is they're just not funny jokes. There's a difference between who will be accepted by the creativity that you put into the material that you're doing. If you're just saying things just to say them, that's one thing. The
argument could be, okay, maybe he's feeling some heat, but Shane Gillis, who does pretty much the same thing, isn't feeling that kind of heat. Because Shane Gillis is kind of funny now.
That's what I'm getting at. Like, it's all about how you present yourself and how you can do any material you want. There's always a niche crowd for that type of thing.
That's right.
Anyway, despite the consequences, he emphasizes the importance of courage and speaking the truth and standing up for beliefs, even if it means sacrificing opportunities in the show business. Schneider predicts Adam Sandler has been booking him in all the movies that he's done. Like, he's had a cameo in many of the movies, especially the new ones that he makes for Netflix. So I don't know what he's complaining about.
Well, cameos don't necessarily pay the bills either.
No, I'm sure they don't, but I mean, if you're booking stand-up gigs, you would think one hand would wash the other and say, oh, he was in this movie with Adam Sandler. Oh, yeah, I remember that guy. I want to go see him. People think Tom Cotter's a new comic right now.
I know.
Because
because he's all over the place
for the
now.
first time. Rob Schneider could do that.
Except Tom's funny.
That's true, too. There's a big difference. Eddie Murphy clarified the reason he left the 2007 Oscars early after losing the Best Supporting Actor award for his role in Dreamgirls. Despite being considered a frontrunner, Murphy lost to Alan Arkin, who had predicted would win after watching Little Miss Sunshine months before its release. Murphy believes winning an Oscar involves intangible factors beyond performance. He previously criticized the Academy for not recognizing black talent, which he thinks may have impacted his Oscar chances. Despite his lack of Oscar wins, Murphy remains proud of his career achievements. All right. Well, there you go.
He was great in that movie, though. Him and Arkin were both great in those movies. So it's like, how do you decide?
I don't remember Dreamgirls with Eddie Murphy.
That was with was it Jennifer Hudson was in that one too? I remember seeing it and thinking, wow, he did a really great
What
job.
am I thinking of with the chick from Saved by the Bell? That's Showgirls.
Showgirls.
Yeah, that's a completely different movie.
Totally different.
All right, well, I don't know. What do I know about my girls? I don't know nothing. I don't know dreams. I don't know shows. I don't know...
You haven't had the best of luck.
Travis Kelce is expected to make a decision on his NFL future by early March after the Chiefs' defeat to Las Vegas. The veteran tight end remains uncertain about playing a 14th season with the team. This really all ties into what are him and Trailer Swift going to do?
Trailer Swift. Right. You're absolutely right.
Well, you take a gal to Kansas City, Taylor becomes a trailer.
That's true.
Yeah. And then you can tailgate. Taylor Swift.
Taylor-gate.
Trailer Swift. Yeah, you can do that. While his future remains uncertain, there's optimism he will return for another season. Well, let's hope everything works out for somebody.
I'm sure it'll work out fine, no matter what he decides.
Kim Kardashian watched the ball drop the other night.
Really?
Yeah.
She must have something to say.
Oh my God! The last time I had a ball drop was when I pulled Ray J's pot stickers and dropped them in my womb walk in that sex tape you can purchase on YouPorn for $39.95. You ever had pot stickers in the womb walk?
No, I've had pot stickers, but I have not had the womb walk yet. Caitlin?
Well, I never got that done and dirty with your mother, Chris Kim, but we celebrated by putting the C in Ryan Seacrest. We also celebrated with Anderson Pooper.
What are you trying to say?
What I'm trying to say is I gave her the Dick Clark.
What's the Dick Clark?
That's where you have her stroking and slap her on the back so she stays that way permanently. Happy New Year! It's Goo Year, I believe.
That's insensitive.
Well, so is this whole show. And that's your Hollywood Trash on Rock 102.
And now, Bax's View from the Couch. Brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware, Winter Storm headquarters before and after the storm.
Hey, good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? Folks, I don't know how to say this, but with all these various playoff scenarios bouncing through everyone's head, it's almost hard to imagine paying attention to much else. Sure, it's the new year. Sure, the Patriots are facing the Chargers next Sunday night at home in the playoffs. And yeah, the Patriots could theoretically win their first Super Bowl in 7 years. However, I would suggest that before we start dusting off the Lombardi Trophy just yet, we take a pause and remember that a lot of things will have to happen before any of that can happen. First of all, the Patriots are going to have to beat the Chargers on Sunday night, and while they're listed as 3.5-point favorites, I don't take anything for granted. From there, they'd have to face either the Bills or the smoking hot Jacksonville Jaguars. And if they're able to get past that, they'd have to face either the Broncos, Steelers, or Texans, depending on who wins what and where. Now, that's a lot to consider. So let me throw something else at you. The Super Bowl is scheduled for February 8th. The arraignment on felony strangulation charges for Stephon Diggs is scheduled for January 23rd. And Christian Barmore's arraignment on domestic violence charges is scheduled for February 3rd, just 5 days before the Super Bowl. That's an awful lot to get through before we start planning any rolling rallies through the streets of Boston. With legal proceedings aside, I can totally see why fans might be anxious to get their hands on another Patriots championship. I mean, who can be satisfied with just 6? But there are some things to deal with before they get there, and not all of them are great. Personally, I would have preferred to have seen Stephon Diggs not try to choke out his personal chef, but also preferred that Christian Barmore also contain himself during domestic fits of rage. But of course, neither one of these guys called me and asked me what to do. So let's all try to take this one step at a time. The Patriots are enjoying a hell of a season, and I can think of at least 2 attorneys who are enjoying themselves even more so. Until we get through some of this stuff, let's all try to pull it together. But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. You got a plumbing or electrical problem? You need to see Robbie at the East Longmeadow Rockies. Robbie's was born in a hardware store. He knows how to help you with almost any home repair. Good people like Robbie and rock-solid service at every Rocky's Ace Hardware. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch.
Rock 102.
Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 6:12 and Thin Lizzy with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Going to be cloudy today with a high of 29. Tomorrow, cloudy with a high of 39. It is a lovely 16 degrees in downtown Springfield.
Did you have yourself a nice holiday?
I had a wonderful holiday.
Did you really? You know, I did. We had family over, had a group of folks. Made I made a hell of a prime rib. A big-ass piece of meat.
That's what made mine wonderful, was no family over except my kids.
Yeah, you see, in hindsight, that does sound actually quite nice.
So peaceful.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're telling me. I bought, I ordered a prime rib.
Yeah.
And I know that, and it was a special occasion, so I decided, okay, I'll chip in for a little bit more.
I'm gonna throw a mortgage payment at a meal. Go ahead.
Kind of what I was thinking.
Let's do it.
So I ordered, because we were supposed to have 11 people.
Mm-hmm.
For Christmas dinner. I ordered a 13-pound roast, okay? And they said, well, do you want choice? You want prime? And I'm like, I can't. I will not, I will not go anything less than prime. Give me your finest piece of meat.
Right.
So I get there on the 23rd. This is the Tuesday before Christmas, 2 days before Christmas. And what I get was not the 13-pound roast, but a 15.8-pound roast.
Damn. Look at you, Mr. Monopoly Man over there.
So I'm thinking, well, this is going to be terrific.
Yeah.
It's prime rib. I make a decent prime rib. You've used my recipe before. You know it's pretty good, right? So I go and I grab this ginormous piece of meat. And then I see the sticker on the piece of meat.
Yeah.
Now, what would you think? A near 16-pound prime rib roast would cost you.
Probably about $200.
If only I could have gotten it for that cheap. No, it was $285.
Jesus.
Now, I knew that I was getting this thing at, I believe, $18 per pound. Slightly less than $18 per pound. And if you can imagine this, I grab it from the butcher, and I very slowly walk over to the register because it's kind of like that dead man walking thing.
Yeah,
because you're going to get clobbered the moment you sit down in an old Sparky and they fire it up. This is kind of how I felt as I'm going to the register. It's like I'm going to face the very end. Well, it's Christmas time in this particular this particular grocer in this particular market, and they hired somebody to be fully dressed up, head to toe, as the Grinch.
Oh.
So, when you see someone who's dressed up as a mascot, your first instinct is to try to avoid the mascot at all possible costs.
Yeah.
Because the last thing you want is to have any interaction with a mascot. I know I do. That's how I feel.
That's how you roll.
I get to the register. It's my turn. I place this extraordinarily expensive piece of cow on the counter to get scanned through. Now, again, there's numbers pouring through my head, and it's not, me in numbers, it's not necessarily a natural situation. As I'm watching the cashier cash this thing out, from behind me, and I didn't see this happening, the Grinch comes right up behind me, looks at the meat, and says, wow! I jump out of my skin because I didn't even see this thing happen.
See that happen, yeah.
And the first words out of my mouth were, Jesus Christ!
Yeah. Nice. In a market full of religious people celebrating a religious holiday.
2 days before the birth of Jesus, I'm yelling out Jesus Christ in the middle of the Village Mart in Hamden.
I bet you that roast weighed more than the baby Jesus.
If the baby Jesus had a twin, it would have been just about the same size.
Right.
Although that thing could have easily fit in my manger. But it's and the woman behind the cashier, all she could do was look at me and start laughing because it was like the most preposterous thing. And then I turn around, there's the Grinch. He smiles and then runs away.
Well, that's what a Grinch is supposed to do.
I never got a chance to haul off and beat the Grinch.
All right. And then, so which was worse? The Grinch scaring the living bejesus out of you, or the numbers on the register when they popped up when you checked out?
What I'm telling you, Steve, is they were both they were both equal.
Scary.
They both scared the living bejesus out of me.
Just as scary.
Just as scary. So I go home and I place this thing on the counter. And I say, okay, I'm back. And my wife said, how was it? I said, pretty good. Told her about the Grinch. And then she asked, well, how much did the roast cost? And then I told her what the roast cost. And she looked at me like I was crazy. Like I'm the one that price set this whole thing.
Yeah.
So again, it's almost a 16-pound roast for 11 people. We only had 9 show up. So I had a lot of leftovers. So it all worked out in the end. But holy smokes, $285 for a prime rib.
Well, I'm going to tell you because, and by the way, I'm calling Barry Krieger Bargain Barry now, because he alerted me to the fact that there was prime rib roast at Big Y for $6.99 a pound. Right.
Right.
I always get. This is what I. And this is every retailer. This isn't specifically a Big Y thing. But the idea that the original price is $18.99 a pound.
Right.
And somehow you're selling it for $6.99 a pound, which is almost just a little over a third of the price that you would have normally sold it for. So I go into Big Y 2 days before Christmas Eve, and I'm just picking up I usually pick up the little smoke. We usually have like an appetizer thing on Christmas Eve. I make like the little smokies in the crescent rolls.
Oh, those are delicious.
It's just little, just little finger food type of thing. I got some. I had gone to Burnat's and got some pierogies. And,
nice.
By the way, they have a cheddar jalapeno kielbasa loaf over there.
The Olimbielski special?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was delicious.
Of course.
Absolutely delicious. Anyway, so I had all that stuff. But I'm in the Big Y, and I had planned on doing something else. I was going to go somewhere else locally and get these like hanger steak things because it's just the three of us. What the hell am I going to do with, but when the butcher comes, this is in West Springfield Big Y, right? This guy comes out. He's got, like, I don't even remember his name, but it's something like J-Dog or he's a butcher. He's got a big-ass beard on him, cool as all hell.
And his name tag says J-Dog?
It says something like, it's some nickname. I don't remember the nickname. Somebody out there will know.
Sure.
But anyway, he's wicked nice guy, and he comes out and he goes, hey, were you the guy that ordered were you the guy asking about the prime rib? And I said, no, but tell me more. And he goes, well, I got 2 left and they're $6.99 a pound. And I'm like, I'll take one. So for a 9.5, I paid $66 for a 9.5 pound prime rib. And it was awesome. It came, and I did the 500-degree method. Have you ever done that before?
Yeah.
Where you so if you want it rare, you do it like 5 minutes a pound, or you want it medium, it's like 7 minutes a pound. However you want it to come out, there's a whole guide to do it. And you turn the oven on 500, you throw it in there, and for however many minutes.
And you turn it off.
And then you turn it off, and you can't open it. And it came out perfect. It was the most perfect. I couldn't have done it better myself.
Yeah.
Watching it all afternoon. Opening the oven and putting the stuff on it. It actually came out pretty good. But for $66,
Can't beat that.
You couldn't beat that. And I had lentil soup. I made all kinds of stuff out of it.
Jesus.
But my point being, again, you paid nearly $300 for a couple of more pounds than I had.
Right.
And I paid $66.
But
how much is it really worth?
During the holidays, it's
Yeah.
worth a lot. Now, you could make the argument that at $18 a pound,
Yeah.
there are times when you can't even get a steak for $18 a pound.
I get that.
So theoretically, I saved a ton of money.
Yeah, I get
this whole
that,
thing.
that you're doing it for multiple people, and the price per person comes down to about how much you would have spent if you went to a restaurant anyway.
Yeah.
My point is, if you're selling it for $18.99 a pound, but one place can turn around and sell it for $6.99 a pound.
Well,
That's a big discrepancy.
it's a big discrepancy, but you also have to consider, did Big Y, and it's not to point out, I mean, this can happen. Did Big Y overbuy? So they have to move this stuff out.
Big Y is going to be fine. They made up for it on the gallon of milk. $6? What? How's Costco selling it for $2.59?
These cows are like a cash cow.
Oh yeah,
There's cash flowing all out of this out of this bovine.
These cows came from Longmeadow. They're Longmeadow cows. They squirt golden milk. Moo.
622 at Rock 102. Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Liam will have the full forecast for you.
Hey, this week on Baxy's Musical Podcast, the first episode of 2026. My guest is Rock and Roll Hall of Famer Stu Cook from Creedence Clearwater Revival.
What?
I know, huh? We talk about all kinds of stuff. We talk about the band, about the breakup, the feuds, the lawsuits, and about the band Jackdog, which is a band he was in the 90s with John McPhee and Keith Knutson from the Dewey Brothers. Actually, a really interesting interview. You can hear that anytime you damn well feel like it. On Apple Podcasts, Spotify, the Rock 102 YouTube channel, rock102.com, as well as on the app brought to you by Metro Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram Chicopee, and Rock 102 Springfield's Classic Rock.
Are you ready to laugh?
I'm ready to laugh.
It's Bax and Nagle's Joke of the Day
I'm funny how? I mean funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you,
on Rock 102,
I make you laugh.
Springfield's Classic Rock.
So a guy finds an old lamp in the desert.
Yeah.
Don't ask what he was doing there.
What was he doing there?
He's doing desert stuff. He rubs it, and a genie pops out.
The lamp.
Yeah. Yes, he rubs the lamp.
Just want to be sure.
Well, because you're almost... let me just finish.
Go on.
Then you get, all right, and then the genie tells the guy he's got 2 wishes. And the guy goes, I always thought it was 3 wishes. And the genie says, check your pants. And the guy looks down and goes, whoa, it's huge. And the genie goes, I've been doing this for a very, very long time. I knew exactly what you were going to say. See, he was right.
That's right.
See, you were going there with it, too.
Oh, yeah, those got to get there.
All right.
Bax and Nagle in the morning on Rock 102.
Here's your 29 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. It's time for news. Here's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Bax. Officials believe a car crash in Palmer around 4:30 p.m. on Friday was caused by a reckless driver under the influence of alcohol. In Palmer? Massachusetts?
Around the holidays?
What? Yeah, but it's after the holiday. The holiday was Thursday. Friday. It's
Yeah, but everyone's trying to get their first DUI of the new year.
You can see, well, they have a picture. You can see the damage to both the car and telephone poles in this photo shared by the Palmer Police Department, which I wasn't even aware they even had a camera over there.
They got phones.
This led to the road being closed for hours. Police said the driver lost control after trying to pass another car at a high rate of speed on Route 181. Where the hell could you pass somebody on Route 181? It is like the windiest... I don't even think there's like a straightaway there. I've been there in a while.
Not exactly a safe passing lane there.
They were transported to a local hospital for minor injuries, but will have to deal with operating under the influence, negligent operation of a vehicle, and other traffic violations. They were wearing a negligee when they were in an accident?
No, negligent.
Yeah, that's lingerie for men.
Well,
It's
that would be interesting, but no, it's not.
Do you want to see my negligence?
I don't. actually.
Why not?
Because I'm afraid it might be a little too revealing, a little too peekaboo, if you will.
Hey, born at 12:55 in the morning, weighing 8.6 pounds and 20 inches, Oriana and Chad Richburg welcomed their third child and second son of the world, Lincoln Micah Richburg. He arrived a little earlier than expected. This is at Bay State, first baby of the new year.
That's awesome.
Man, 55 minutes? You're thinking like somebody's ready to have a baby like any second. You know, and it has to 55 minutes into the new year.
I know.
Yeah.
Baby comes when the baby comes. Nothing you can do.
While most of us counted down to the ball drop, the Springfield couple counted down to meeting their baby boy. I knew that it was almost time for the countdown because we were asked if we were going to watch the ball drop, and I wasn't able to do that. I was busy, said the mom. Of course, Western Mass News had to ask the parents if they had any New Year's resolutions. Why?
Yeah, how about this? This year we're going to plan to take care of another baby.
Yeah. We're headed to the urologist next week. That's what's going to happen.
After 3 of these, I think we're going to take one for the team with the old snippety snip.
I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. That's it. Go day by day and see what happens. That's it. Take it from there. That's you can plan whatever you want. It's more than likely not going to work out the way you planned it. So you got to take it as it is, and that's about it, said the husband.
Oh, that's nice.
That sounds like a man who's like, I really need to go get a vasectomy this year.
It's like I should have got one already,
Yeah.
but time's a wasted.
A police investigation is now underway after a pedestrian was reportedly struck by a vehicle in Springfield on Friday afternoon. This happened shortly before 2 p.m. The Springfield Fire Department confirming with Western Mass News that a pedestrian was struck on Shady Brook Lane on Friday. Fire Captain Droopy Monty said it happened in a driveway.
Oh, no. It happened in the driveway.
And Western Mass News could also see a crime scene unit police vehicle as well.
Wow.
Unit. Western Mass News reached out.
You can see the unit all the way from the road?
Yes, you could. That's a pretty big unit.
That's a hell of a unit.
Western Mass News reached out to the Springfield Police for more information. Springfield Police said in a statement they responded to a report of a disturbance on the 100 block of Shady Brook Lane around 1. They told them exactly nothing what they found out.
But wouldn't the statement been enough to report on rather than say, hey, I got to find this kind of hard to imagine?
Yeah.
But there were emergency vehicles on the scene.
They eventually managed to spring the man free. The victim was transported to Bay State, where he unfortunately died from his injuries. This is a pedestrian accident.
Yeah.
The suspect, an adult man, his name withheld, has been arrested. The incident remains under investigation by the Springfield Police and the Hampden County DA's office, and they'll supposedly update you by checking out other units to report on during this time.
Yes.
A 3-alarm house fire in Springfield that broke out late Friday. What's with Friday news? Is the Monday news dump now at Western Mass News?
Did nothing happen Saturday or Sunday?
A 3-alarm house fire in Springfield that broke out late Friday morning on Acushnet Avenue, Gesundheit, appears to have been deliberately set. Late Friday morning, emergency crews were called to the scene on Acushnet Avenue, just off Main Street. West Mass News first noticed the fire via one of their sky cams. They could see thick gray smoke billowing up into the sky from the south end part of the city.
Really? From a fire?
Yeah. Smoke from a distant fire.
Oh, that's a good song.
This was 10 a.m. Friday amidst frigid temperatures and just one day after New Year's Day. When they arrived on the scene, the crew could see flames and smoke engulfing what appeared to be a multifamily house fire. Firefighters were outside and inside the structure, working to get an upper hand on the situation, deploying ladders and hoses and shooting water onto the home and using tools like a chainsaw and an axe to aid in their fight. That sounds like something a firefighter would do.
Yes. A firefighter is a person in your neighborhood.
He is.
You know, try to imagine the scene if you can. Okay, so a reporter drives up. There's a house fire. Reporter gets out of the truck, says to somebody on the scene, hey, what's going on over here? And the firefighter says, well, it appears to be a fire.
It's a fire.
I mean, I've seen a lot of these. This appears to be very similar to other fires and burning structures that I've seen in the past. I'm going to guess it's a burning building.
Maybe. Perhaps.
Thank you. And your name is?
I don't know. What is my name?
No comment.
No comment. Where are you from? No, I can't tell you.
None of your business.
Yeah. No injuries were reported, but the fire officials say they were investigating that fire as arson. So, just if you were wondering, that's what they were doing.
They were getting answers.
A small private plane crashed at Provincetown Municipal Airport on Cape Cod, catching fire and killing the pilot. City officials said the crash happened Sunday afternoon. Is Provincetown a city?
Yeah.
It's not a town?
Oh,
Or would you call it a city, I guess?
I guess it's a city. I mean, yeah.
The NTSB will investigate, and the cause is still unknown. The airport was closed in the aftermath of the crash. A small private plane crashed at the airport on Sunday afternoon, catching fire and killing the pilot, who was the only person on board. The fire department and mutual aid partners in Provincetown, which sits at the very tip of Cape Cod, just southeast of Boston, extinguished the fire, and the pilot was pronounced dead at the scene. The NTSB will investigate, the cause of which is still unknown. The airport was closed following the crash. I said all of that twice in different ways because I'm reading it verbatim from the Western Mass News site, where all of that information that I just said in the last paragraph was the same information I said in the first two paragraphs.
Just different.
Yes. Is there no creativity anymore?
No, but there's a lot of redundancy.
Yeah, I don't understand. I don't understand why you need to just, why can't you just say, do it in one paragraph? If you don't know the details, just say you don't know the details.
Or say, we will update you when we get more information.
I don't know if they're going to be updating anybody on anything. You're assuming.
You're right. There's loads of assumptions being thrown all over the place.
2025 is now in the rear view, and the Mass State Police are reflecting on an eventful year. In a social media post on Tuesday, December 30th, because we're going back to last week, the state police shared their statistics on their year of service throughout the Commonwealth. The post stated that, in part, that the MSP reflects on a year of service, dedication, and commitment to keeping the Commonwealth safe. Thank you to our members for their hard work and to the public for your continued trust and cooperation. In the past year, Mass State Police said they received 515,000 calls for service with over 33,000 arrests. Of those arrests, a little under 850 were gun-related, while a little over 3,000 involved drugs. They also confirmed in 2025 over 1,600 guns were seized, and around 4,500 warrants were served, and over 20,000 summonses were issued. So, of the arrests, a little under 850 were gun-related, but over 1,600 guns were seized. It doesn't... Are they just talking about the arrests for the guns? Were there guns that were maybe 2 guns per person? You'd reach 1,600 pretty quickly.
Sure, right.
I don't know.
I don't know. I need more answers.
I like how the Mass State Police is giving the year in review. Like, is Michael Proctor like the George Bailey of
Absolutely
They got that guy. They got what other guy's name? He's like, Proctor. They say every time a balloon knot leaks, a statey gets his air wings. God bless us, everyone. What happened to George Bailey? He drove his car into that bridge abutment over there and then tried to off himself by jumping off the bridge.
Don't you know me, Karen? Don't you know me?
And then we sent the old colonel out there to keep him from jumping off the bridge and show him what his life would have been like if he had not done the Karen Reed case. Wait, what was the...
I never even considered the parallels between the two.
Yeah, well, I mean, then they take him on. Then they take him out to Treehouse Brewing. Mm-hmm. Remember that was the thing that they did with he had shut off his GPS and he was traveling to like Treehouse Brew out on the eastern part of the state, and then
sure,
yeah, that's kind of like taking him to it's the whole reenactment of It's a Wonderful Life with Michael Proctor. Is he like running through the streets of Canton going, Merry Christmas, Waterfall Tavern! Merry Christmas, Lexus dealership!
And may all your balloon nuts come true.
And then you got Yannetti, or what? Not Yannetti, the lawyer for Karen Reed there, Alan Jackson. Merry Christmas to you in jail. See, that movie comes full circle.
It really
no matter
does.
what time. Did you watch it this year?
No, missed it again.
I watched it in color.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like Amazon Prime has this. They have both versions of it, and there's one scene that's taken out of the Amazon version. It's the scene where he's running down the street saying Merry Christmas.
They took that out?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Why?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't like color. I mean, listen, black and white films are fine with me.
Yeah, but it's kind of weird because I've only seen that in black and white, and then to watch it in color was like, oh. That kind of ruined it for me because I didn't think that was the color of what his jacket was like or whatever.
Yeah, the whole movie's destroyed by that point.
Yeah. I know. It's stupid Christmas movies.
What are you going to do?
Hey, your Pioneer Valley forecast today is going to be, let's see, weather. There you go. Weather. It's cloudy with a high of 29. Tomorrow, cloudy with a high of 39. It's 16 in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Oh, yeah.
Rock 102, Springfield's classic rock. It's 6:49, and the Rolling Stones with Bax and Nagle at Rock 102.
It's going to be cloudy today with a high of 29. Tomorrow, more of the same with a high of 39. It is 16 right now in downtown Springfield.
Hey, tune in to Dan Williams this week for your chance to win a pair of tickets to the screening of Megadeth, Behind the Mask, in theaters for a limited time. Now, I happen to know for a fact that Dan Williams is an enormous fan of Megadeth.
Oh, really?
Oh, he loves him. Crazy about him. In fact, were you just telling me not too long ago how much he loves the album Rust in Peace?
Oh, I'm sure he does.
Oh, he loves it. He can listen to Megadeth all day long.
Megadeth.
He's thinking Megadeth. You're not thinking Dave Mustaine.
Where are they playing?
It's a film. It's a film.
It's a film?
Yeah, and Dan, the biggest Megadeth fan ever. In fact, Dan's favorite album is their 1985 debut, Killing Is My Business, and Business Is Good.
It's Megadeth, the movie.
With Dan Williams.
That sounds like a good trailer.
Yeah. Well, that's again, this is where Dan's passion lies.
Yeah, with the Megadeth.
Yeah. You're gonna love it.
I pictured him more like a Mega Man kind of guy.
Mega Man.
Like a Sega Genesis Mega Man type of dude.
Sure.
Type of dude.
No, I see it.
Yeah.
I totally see it. Mm-hmm. Scott Cohen will be joining us in just a little bit. We've got loads of Patriot football stuff to talk about today. Patriots going to the playoffs, playing the Chargers on late Sunday night.
I thought we weren't doing that Scott Cohen thing anymore. I thought that was a New Year's resolution.
Nope.
Trim the dopiness from the show. We don't.
Steve, if we tried to trim the dopiness from the show, there'd be no more show.
Trim, not eliminate. Trim.
Even still. Even if we went like a fractionally less amount of dopiness, there'd be nothing left for us to deal with.
All right, well, I'll be taking a nap the next time.
Come on now. We participate, have some fun. It's going to be a great time.
I've tried doing that.
What else we got going on? Is there a $20 dinner at a comedy show this week?
There is. This guy Marty Caproni will be here this week to talk all about that.
Oh, terrific!
Well. Yeah, I'm sure he'll talk about it nonstop, incessantly.
I've never seen him do that before.
But yeah, the $20 dinner and a comedy show on Thursday night. I'm going to be in Buffalo this weekend.
Wow!
With for TJ Miller, which is going to be awesome. We got the Helium Comedy Club up in Buffalo. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go to Niagara Falls. How about that?
Really?
Yeah.
Ever been out to the falls before?
When I was 12 years old. That was the last time I was out there. So, actually, I briefly saw it back in 2007 when I went up to Toronto. We stopped there briefly, but
I saw it as a kid. I saw it as a kid, and then one year when we were making that big, cross country trip,
mm-hmm.
I said, let's go take a look at the falls, and we did, and we're like, oh,
yeah,
let's get back in the car.
Yeah, it's a big giant pool of water.
It's a pool of water and a gigantic tourist trap, especially on the Canadian side.
One time I was there was this kid hanging on the railings, and he was going back and forth, and then he fell off the top of the falls.
Really?
And then this guy, who was like a newspaper reporter, all of a sudden, like, just undressed in front of everybody, and was wearing this like cape and a
full body leotard.
Full body leotard, and he just jumped off and flew and grabbed the kid before he met his demise, and he brought him safely back up to the mother. And then the guy just takes off, and he never saw either of them ever again.
Did part of the disguise between the guy in the full body leotard and the reporter, was it just separated by just a simple pair of glasses?
Yes. You've seen this documentary before, right?
I think what you're describing, Steve, is the film Superman.
I've never heard of that before.
With Christopher Reeves.
Yeah, I don't
but
think
he was still very much alive.
No, this was a live action documentary. This was,
really?
Yeah, and then one time. And it was a multi-part documentary. One time, he had to turn back time to save his girlfriend from dying. So he flew backwards around the world to change the rotation of the Earth to make it go back in time, and then thus saving the girlfriend from dying in an earthquake that had happened, that she had got suffocated by the dirt in the car, but she was alive and well.
Yeah,
they both worked for this newspaper.
The Daily Planet?
Yeah. Oh, so you have seen it.
Well, I've seen bits and pieces of it, but I'm pretty sure that's still the plot line to the Superman film.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about that at all. By the way, I jumping topics here. I have to apologize to you.
Me?
Barry Krieger came over the house on Saturday, and he brought egg salad with me. And I have some for you, but I didn't bring it in with me this morning.
When did he?
Saturday.
The earliest I'll see it is Tuesday.
Yeah, I don't know.
As much as I love the egg salad,
I'm going to have it for lunch today when I get home.
That's fine. Yeah. I'm sure at some point I'll experience the egg salad again. But again, Saturday to Monday, I mean, I don't know what the shelf life is for even Barry's egg salad.
I don't know. I had some people over on Saturday. And Barry was there. We had a Yankee swap, but a Yankee swap, and the rules were find the crappiest, most ridiculous thing for under $5 at a thrift store.
Okay.
Or something in your home that you don't mind parting with.
And what did you get?
Oh, I contributed. Which Barry got to take home. My bowling trophy from when I was 12. It's a small little bowling pin with my average of 101 on it.
How were you able to part with such an important milestone in your life?
Because I could care less about the thing. Has just been collecting dust, and now it's collecting dust in Barry's house. And then, but I got penis-shaped salt and pepper shakers
to go with the other ones you have.
No, it's the only one I have. I don't have a penis-shaped salt and pepper shaker, and now I do.
Wow.
Now I do.
That is awesome.
But I don't know if it was necessarily. It's a weird looking. They only have one.
It's not like the penises you're used to.
Yeah, because I'll tell you why. Because the penis, a salt and pepper shaker, in my view, would have multiple holes in the salt. Right?
Yeah.
And no, wait a minute. There's one hole in the top of each one.
Right.
One hole would indicate probably pepper, right? Or is it the other way around? Pepper would have more holes.
I think the pepper hole is a singular hole.
Yes, and the salt hole.
Yes.
That would have the salt hole would have the singular hole, right?
Yes.
And the pepper would have multiple. These are just two singular holes.
You said pepper, right? Did I hear that correctly? You said pepper?
I did say pepper. Yeah.
I want to make sure I didn't hear that the wrong way.
Yeah, you didn't hear it the wrong way, but it's I don't think you can necessarily use them as salt and pepper shakers because one of them's going to get stuck. The pepper's going to get stuck in the one hole thing.
Aren't they more for decorative purposes, like more like a conversation piece than an actual utility?
And this friend of mine, she found them at, I think it was like a Salvation Army or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That. It was weird because I said they were selling this at a thrift store, but it had like the pictures on it had two like dragonflies. It just didn't make any sense what that was.
Isn't it interesting how someone can go to a thrift store, see a matching set of penis salt and pepper shakers and immediately think of you.
Yeah, well, that's I told you. You know when people die and they're like, oh, well, if you see a cardinal, that's your grandmother saying hello.
Sure.
When I go, if you see a penis drawing on the back of a windshield or maybe on top of a building or anywhere, you want to think Steve Nagle. That's what you want to think. That's my legacy.
That's when Steve Nagle gets his wings.
Yeah, because you know what? People will be thinking about me all the time because there's a lot of penises drawn everywhere on the thing.
It's 6:58 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Rock 102.
And now, Bax's View from the Couch. Brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware, Winter Storm headquarters before and after the storm.
Hey, good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? Well, folks, there you go. Just when you thought the Patriots dynasty thing was nothing more than a distant memory, the Patriots have become the first team in the NFL's 106-year-long history to go from losing 13 games in one season to winning 14 games the following year. In a league in which most of us have seen just about everything, that's never happened. It's never been done. And yet, there are some who are still holding on to the irrational belief that winning 14 games in Mike Vrabel's first year as a head coach must be because of a schedule loaded with cupcakes, losers, and half-rated dumpster fires. Believe what you may. The Patriots are still the number 2 seed heading into the wild card weekend for their first playoff appearance in 4 years. A playoff appearance at home Sunday night as 3.5-point favorites against the Chargers. Now, would you want to be a guy like quarterback Trey Lance going into Foxborough against a hungry, well-coached New England Patriots football team with something still left to prove? Because I got to tell you, once you're in the playoffs, anyone still holding on to that whole Patriots had an easy schedule nonsense is asking for trouble. Because at this point, the Patriots getting a home game as the number 2 seed wasn't some sort of fluke. Sure, beating the Dolphins yesterday 38-10 seemed pretty easy, but it wasn't because of their schedule, it's because the Patriots are a damn fine football team. Now, am I suggesting that the Patriots are going to win the Super Bowl? No, I am not. Am I suggesting they'll even get there with a conference championship? I'm not even suggesting that either. All I'm saying is no matter what happens over the course of the next several weeks, you should all be proud of what this team has accomplished, which I should point out again, has never been done before. So if things don't turn out exactly the way they're hoping they do, keep in mind they've already exceeded every possible expectation, which wasn't very high last year at this time when Gerard Mayo blew a chance at a number 1 draft pick by breaking a 6-game losing streak. So let's get ready, everybody, because it's playoff time again in New England. But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. You know what you can fit into a 27-gallon storage tote from Rocky's? 27 gallons of crap that's been piling up around the house since Thanksgiving. Rocky's shelving and storage totes on sale right now. It's like a home decluttering starter kit. Available now at your neighborhood Rocky's Ace Hardware. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch.
Rock 102. Springfield's classic rock.
Rock 102, Springfield's classic rock at 7-11 and ZZ Top with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Cloudy with a high at 29 today. It's 16 in downtown Springfield.
Well, this is unusual. Apparently, the New England Patriots have a chance of winning another championship. It's a long shot.
I don't know whether it's a long shot, Baxie. It might not be.
Scott Cohen is in the studio. Good to see you.
Happy New Year, you guys.
Happy New Year to you.
Yeah, we haven't been a little while since we all been together. Holidays are over, and now it's back to live action.
You know, I say it's a long shot, and I don't disagree with you. There is always a chance at this. But as I said in the view from the couch, it's already never been done that a team that lost 13 games one season goes on to win 14 games the following season. It's simply unprecedented. So the idea of the Patriots winning a championship, many people would say,
of course,
not quite yet.
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, if you sat there and tried to look at things logically, that's what you would certainly say. But if there's anything that's not logical, it's what happens in pro sports from time to time. I mean, the way it all shook out, right? So Denver gets the number 1 seed. That's a little bit of the fly in the ointment because I guess I heard this coming Sunday in Foxborough it's going to be 40 degrees. which, kind of takes that cold weather effect away from.
But the Chargers aren't used to playing anything less than 60 degrees.
Yeah.
So this could be frigid for them.
It could, but I mean, it's not 25 degrees.
Right.
But so you could. When you go to Denver, you got to deal with the altitude. They call it the Mile High Stadium for a reason. Denver in January, all bets are off weather-wise there. So the Broncos, obviously have a big advantage playing at home, but the Patriots have the Chargers, who they can certainly beat. Buffalo has Jacksonville. And then Houston plays Pittsburgh, and the one team and the one quarterback I think that really scares everybody. Of course, it's still the Buffalo Bills until they're not, and until Josh Allen isn't taking part in the tournament. He's the most dangerous quarterback out there. And the way the seedings have shaken out, the only way the Patriots can end up playing the Buffalo Bills is for the AFC Championship. And if it all went that way, and the Patriots would have home field advantage. So they've got a lot going for them right now.
But Buffalo's got a hell of a challenge ahead of them, because right now Jacksonville has been playing like crazy,
playing great,
and Trevor Lawrence is having a great season too.
And you talk about a team that you talk about the Patriots. What they win 4 games last year, and they win 14 this year. It's the same thing with Jacksonville. I think Liam Cohen is like the former UMass quarterback.
Yep.
Liam Cohen is the head coach of Jacksonville. He's the first-year head coach to win 13 games. So there's a lot of these firsts with the teams that are, like I said, are playing in the tournament right now.
I'm watching the game yesterday, and Ramondre Stevenson had was unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
3 touchdowns yesterday. Scored the hat trick. Every time you watch Drake May, he just seems to get smarter and smarter.
Yep.
He plays efficiently. He had 14 completions. It didn't need to do so much more because there was so much going on the running game. And every week he just seems to be more efficient. And you just go, all right, he is 23 years old.
Yep.
And Mike Vrabel is in his first year. This isn't. We could put all of our eggs in the basket for this year. But there's another 5, 6, 7, maybe 10 years ahead of this kid.
Yeah.
And Vrabel could easily be here for another 10 years too.
No question.
So if it doesn't happen this year, it could happen next year or the year after. I think this is a team that is kind of being built for another championship. But if it doesn't happen this year, I to be honest, I'm not going to be terribly heartbroken if it doesn't happen, because, they've already exceeded every single possible expectation. Think about what we were talking about last year.
I know.
At this time, when Gerard Mayo winds up winning that game against Buffalo. And all he had to do was lose to get the number 1 draft pick, and he wound up blowing it by winning that game and losing the job as a result of it. Think about how demoralized everybody was feeling after a win.
They were. When you sit back and look at what has happened this year, we were kind of having the whole, first year quarterback, first year head coach in what's his name,
Mayo,
with Gerard Mayo, but you don't realize how bad things were until you see what has happened this year. The way, it's as well as Drake May has played, and as well as a lot of the young players have played this year. It's been like, the whole quote unquote total team effort to get them where they are.
Yeah.
But Vrabel came in and just completely changed the culture. So it's, for me, all of this is on him, and especially what was going on with Mayo, how, the stories of him playing cards with the players, on the way back from road trips on the airplane, the way he handled the media. He just was not ready to rise up and take the reins last year, where Vrabel's come in. He's already been an AFC Coach of the Year someplace else at Tennessee, right. And he just came in and completely changed everything from top to bottom.
To me, there's no way he's not the NFL Coach of the Year.
There's a handful of guys out there who are on that list, but yeah,
I mean, because you're absolutely right. You think about what the Patriots have been through over the last 5 years since Tom Brady left. It has been this festering
show.
It's been a festering dumpster fire.
Yep.
Even the last couple of seasons
with Belichick.
With Belichick.
Yep.
But now here you have a guy that inserts a lot of his own personality, but also has the experience of playing with for a Bill Belichick.
Totally.
Talk about a great learning experience that has to be for a young coach.
Yep.
Here's a guy who's taking a totally different approach. And you're right, changing cultures for anyone coming into a new job is not necessarily an easy task.
It's not an easy thing to do.
I mean, look at
not to the extent and with the speed that he did it this year.
Absolutely true. I mean, think of all the other first-year coaches that are out there, some of which are...
Takes time, man.
It takes time, but some of them aren't even going to survive after the end of this week, after the regular season is over with, and you can count them on your hands how many openings there are going to be with guys who if they hadn't changed the culture for the positive, changed the culture for the negative.
Yeah, right.
And that's going to happen.
And actually that's in this day and age in the NFL, that's more often than not. So like my big takeaway from the game yesterday, I was glad that it was on at 4:30. So chances are you're home, you're making dinner, you're doing whatever. Had the game on, I watched the first half pretty closely, and then like I said, the second half just out of the corner of my eye with the sound up, and it's like I just sat there as each possession, each quarter went by. I mean, I remember once they scored maybe the second to last touchdown or the last one, and your reaction is you're just like Jesus. It's like these guys are good.
Yeah,
it's not a fluke. They've been playing this way for months. Dude, I like their chances. They're a 3-point favorite over the Chargers on Sunday. If Buffalo ends up beating Jacksonville, then the Bills as the 6th seed will play Denver. So, the Patriots have a chance to play either Jacksonville, Houston, or Pittsburgh in the second round of the playoffs. Mm-hmm. And I like their chances against any of those three teams.
Here are some other numbers that people are not really talking about. I mentioned this earlier this morning. Stephon Diggs' arraignment is January 23rd, and Christian Barmore's is on February 3rd, just 5 short days before the Super Bowl. So if they get there could be another whole element of shock and awe with this team if it happens.
Yeah, I guess we do have to talk about that. And it was interesting that obviously the Patriots knew about that stuff before we did.
Yeah.
And I think it was like 1:00 in the afternoon, something like that. The news of the Stephon Diggs thing broke. And then literally 45 minutes later, the Barmore thing happens. And you literally just sit there, and after the season that they've had and all the things they've accomplished, and you're like, for crying out loud, seriously? But I think the from what I've been able to read, the Diggs thing is probably going to work itself out. Barmore's situation looks a little more serious, but they'll go through the legal channels, and I'll bet they'll push all of that back until March, and they probably won't have to deal with it.
The Diggs situation is actually more serious because it involves a felony. The Barmore thing, all misdemeanor assault charges, but nevertheless, I mean, when you're talking about not that football should be the primary conversation here when it comes to these kinds of incidents, but nevertheless, when you're a professional athlete and that you have a team that is expecting you to participate in game activities and practices and everything, and there are stipulations in your contract and the NFL rules that specifically state, about assault and domestic violence.
It does. I mean, you don't have to read the manual to know that that's not what you're supposed to be getting yourself involved in, whether you're a multi-million-dollar professional athlete or the guy that works down at the plumbing supply store. It's like, just don't do that.
Yeah. Don't be stupid.
Don't be stupid.
And that's we should all take that home.
I was going to say that's not a very exclusive club.
Real quick, there's a lot of talk about Alex Bregman coming back to the Red Sox. Do you think that's going to happen?
Buddy, I don't know. He's looking for a lot of money, and it just from what the Red Sox did from the baseball, even right leading up to the baseball winter meetings and all through the winter meetings, they don't really seem like they have an appetite to sign somebody to a $25-30 million a year proposition. The guys, anybody that they've picked up since the end of last year has been done through trades. This guy Sonny Gray, the pitcher they got from St. Louis, he's who knows what, how all that's going to shake out, but he's definitely a B teamer. They have done nothing so far to give you the kind of feeling that they're going to overpay for Alex Bregman, and he's going to look to be overpaid.
I'm going to guess they will sign him, and
they've got to do something, right?
They got to do something, and I guess I'm going to predict it's a multi-year deal. Like it's not just a one and done.
Or
even a 3, but like a significantly like a 5-year deal, maybe longer.
That's what he's looking for a lot of money. And like you're alluding to, maybe they just may have to hold their nose and do it, but they haven't given us any indication that that's what they're thinking about.
Yeah. All right, Scott.
Okay, we'll be talking about a win or a loss here next week. We'll see.
Good to see you.
You too.
724 on Rock 102. It's 7:20, almost 7:28 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Liam will have the full forecast for you.
Rock 102 and the Springfield Thunderbirds want to hook you up with slap shots and shish kebabs and nothing but time.
Sweet.
You could score a $100 gift certificate to Nadim's Downtown Mediterranean Grill. Great place to go. Get a pair of tickets to see the Thunderbirds take on Toronto at the Mass Mutual Center on January 23rd. We'll choose one lucky winner at random on January 19th. It's your chance to win slap shots and shish kebabs from the Springfield Thunderbirds and Rock 102, Springfield's classic rock.
Sweet.
That'd be all. It's a great prize.
Oh, shish kebabs. You can't beat those.
I love Nadim's. Really do.
The calamari is really good over there.
I mean, everything is good over there.
I particularly like the calamari with the lemon.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. But, sometimes a platter of hamachos is all I really want.
Yeah, listen, you can't go wrong.
No, you can't.
Speaking of food, yesterday I DJ'd, which I don't usually do, but I did it for this person because we know her, Carrie Christensen. Well, Galinas, whatever she wants to call herself, on whatever day it is. But she used to manage the Westwood over there, and we used to do all the promotions and everything over at the Westwood over in Westfield. Well, it was her 60th birthday yesterday, and I got to tell you, she doesn't look a day over 59 and 364 days. Looks pretty good for being 60 years old.
I agree.
But they had food there from this place called the Bubble Mug.
The Bubble Mug.
Yeah. In Westfield.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, it's in the Mill Buildings, Bubble Mug Cafe in Westfield.
Okay.
It's over by the Great Awakening Brewery, and it's a pottery cellar store, and then I guess downstairs they have or I don't know if it's upstairs or downstairs. I haven't been there, but they have a lunch place in there, and it was like a full Thanksgiving dinner.
Really?
That they had there. Yeah, they make sandwiches and salads and all that stuff, but then we had a full-on Thanksgiving dinner, like stuffing and turkey, and then they had chicken wings and all the things that you'd find at a Thanksgiving table.
Sure.
And a sports bar.
Well, I'm looking at the menu now. It looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's another place I gotta put on the list. Stopping to eat lunch.
All right.
Have you been to any new places lately?
Any new places? I can't say. No, not really. Nothing. I mean, I had a cold all week, so I didn't really feel like leaving the house.
Yeah.
So nothing really new, but still.
Well, there you go.
Awful
now
good.
you got a plate. You can get some soup over at the Bubble Mug.
It's 7:31. News is next to Rock 102.
Here's your
7:34 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. It's time for news brought to you by Freedom Credit Union. Freedom is yours. Is local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Just answer me this question. Do you want some chili? Like homemade chili? From somebody we know, trust?
How much do we trust them?
Very much so. Do you want some homemade chili?
Okay.
I'm
I
trying
guess.
to answer this guy, and he's being a pain in the ass.
Well, who's asking?
This guy named Marty Cabroni? I don't know. Do you want some chili?
Fine. Yeah,
right,
I'll
yes.
take.
All
Sure.
right, good. Yeah, maybe he heard that, or maybe he didn't. I don't know, but he got a text message answering him yes. You're going to get some chili delivered.
When? Today?
Maybe.
I don't have time for that today. I got a doctor's appointment. I'm very busy
Well, you
today.
take the chili home with you.
All right. Okay, fine. Yeah.
Or I could bring you egg salad tomorrow. It's up to you.
Well, Steve, I mean, you should have brought it today. I mean, egg salad doesn't keep forever. This is an egg salad that arrived in your possession on
It was
Saturday.
made on Saturday, arrived in my possession on Saturday, portioned out for you on Saturday
Okay.
in a sealed Tupperware container for you.
Does Barry want the container back?
It's my container.
It's your container.
Yeah.
Do you want the container back?
No.
Does Marty want his container back?
I have no idea what Marty. That's a completely
I'll deal with-
separate friend making homemade things.
I'll work that out with Marty.
right.
You know, Marty doesn't need to bring food for me today or any day this week. But you know, I mean, I appreciate the offer, appreciate it, but you know, it's not necessary.
He's spreading the chili cheer.
Yeah, no, I
It's
get it.
chili cheer. Yeah, he was probably watching football yesterday. Probably made some chili, and now he's bringing it into you.
All right, okay.
I have too many leftovers. I'm just so full from all my food.
We got Chinese food on New Year's Day.
Oh yeah, I saw you went to Palmer.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, the China House.
I never knew there was a Chinese restaurant in Palmer.
Steve, all the Chinese restaurants are in Palmer.
Yeah, it's
I
like
believe there's one Chinese restaurant for every resident of Palmer.
It's like the nexus of the universe.
It's almost as
Yeah.
if you're in China.
I did my my Palmer video, which I mentioned that. Is, today it's known for abandoned buildings and the abundance of liquor stores and Chinese restaurants. And I forgot pot shops too.
Yeah,
That
they
was
got
another
those
thing.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Pot shops, liquor stores. It's like movie stars.
Yeah, you'll definitely find them in Palmer.
But yeah, that good. What's the place called?
The China House.
China House.
China House. It's like a whole house of Chinese food.
A whole house of China.
The portions in this place are unbelievable. We ate Chinese food for days.
All right. So New Year's Day, I went out with the kids, and we stopped at the Nippon Grill over in the Riverdale shops in
Yeah.
West Springfield. It used to be the Old Country Buffet.
Right.
And it's like, I call it junky, like junk food, because it's basically all just like frozen stuff, and they're just putting it out. It's a buffet, whatever. You're not getting the
Buffets are
gourmet.
hit or miss.
Right.
Sometimes they're great. Sometimes they're not so great.
So I basically played it safe and just went with the fried rice and the chicken fingers because I don't know. There's something about the food. I don't know. Whatever. Good place, I guess. Whatever. We go eat there, and we got home at 3:00 in the afternoon, and I fell asleep and didn't wake up until 11:00 at night. I don't know what the hell. It was the MSG inside the Chinese food. It was like I was like knocked out like a bear in hibernation.
Wow.
Yeah. So I don't know. Did you have that similar experience?
Well, I mean, I didn't sleep great all during vacation, so I mean, I probably took a little bit of a nap, but I didn't pass out.
Yeah.
And we just ordered the poo for two and the fried rice.
That means two things.
I know. Yeah, but they had the poo platter for two. It had everything on there.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Look,
All the traditional Chinese favorites. Meat on a stick.
I gotta go over to that place in Chicopee. What is it? Now's? Is it called Now? GNOWS? Is it the guy who used to cook at the Hookie Lao has the place?
Oh,
He
yeah,
brought
that's
us the
right.
stuff down at the Mayflower Marathon.
And it was
last
good.
year. It was really good.
Yeah.
Got to get over there again.
Now's place. There it is. Yeah. Westover Road. Not too bad.
No. Nothing like a good Chinese meal.
I mean, I love Chinese food, but I love good Chinese food. And the problem is, there's a lot of places that serve Chinese food where it's just okay. And I've had a couple of places that I'm not going to name names because they're now out of business, where the Chinese food is simply dreadful.
I like Chinese.
I like Chinese.
They only come up to your knees.
Look at all the many things they've done to impress.
There's
Maoism, Taoism, eating in chess.
Yeah. I like Chinese food. The waiters never are rude. Well, if you like Chinese food, that's great because there's plenty of those. But if you like Greek food, there's not as many as there used to be out there.
This saddens me because
I know
Mykonos is a place that we would go to all the damn time.
Mykonos Restaurant, a staple in Springfield for 45 years, officially closed its doors on Wednesday, marking the end of an era for the beloved eatery.
And literally, we were there just days before they closed, and we had no idea.
The Greek restaurant, known for its dedicated customer base, originally started in the Eastfield Mall. You remember that place, don't you?
I sure do.
And before relocating to the TD Bank building 2 years ago, customers gathered on the restaurant's last day of the business to say goodbyes. Local patron Anne-Marie Stefan expressed her affection for the establishment, sharing that she has been visiting since its inception and considered the staff family. It opened 45 years ago in the Eastfield Mall, where it developed a loyal following. Following the mall's closure, the family-run restaurant moved to its new location 2 years ago in the TD Bank building, but faced challenges in the new environment. Stefan, a steadfast customer, reflected on her time, saying, "I'm going to miss them so much, and I hope they do well in the future." Her sentiments echoed those many who visited the restaurant on its final day.
Yeah, I've known Chris for a long time. He's a good dude. I've always enjoyed the food there. I hope they land on their feet. I'm sure they will. I'm sure they'll figure out. I'm sure there's a plan, but nevertheless, we were bummed out to find out that news because literally we were there last week, just days before they closed.
I like Greek food too.
I love it.
I like the gyros.
Yeah.
I bought this stuff from BJ's, not for BJ's, from BJ's.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like I had BJ's in exchange for what I'm about to tell you that I purchased. It was it's a Greek, it's like a Mediterranean spice or something. No salt in it or anything like that, but it's got all that flavor of like that Greek flavor to it. And I made chicken with it. It's pretty good. Ain't going to be nowhere near the quality of Mykonos, but still, if you're looking for a little Greek flavor.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man.
Yeah. You make some tzatziki sauce?
I make that stuff quite a lot.
Yeah. With the cucumbers?
I'll tell you what, this is going to sound crazy because I know it's going to the TikToks, but find yourself the TikTok viral recipe for doner kebabs.
Doner kebabs?
You make it home, doner kebabs. Fantastic.
Was that a kebab made by filmmaker Richard Donner?
Ooh, no, who played Bull in Night Court?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, not him.
Wait a minute. Richard Donner wasn't the same guy.
Wasn't it?
Bull in Night Court was not. Wait
a minute. I believe Richard Donner. No.
Richard Mall.
Richard Mall, you're right.
Richard Donner was the filmmaker.
Richard
Mall is dead.
So is Richard Donner.
Is he?
He died in 2021.
Well, there you go.
At the age of 91.
All the dicks are dead.
You're right. Oh, yeah, okay. The Rifleman, The Man from U.N.C.L.E., The Fugitive, Twilight Zone, The Banana Splits.
What?
Also directed Superman in 1978.
How about that?
We just did a joke about Superman.
We did.
Well, I take that back. My mistake.
All right. Well, there you go.
Anyhow.
We got to the Richards.
But the doner kebabs, delicious.
I like kebabs.
Yeah.
We were just talking about kebabs with
Nadim's. This is basically you're making the gyros meat.
Gyros meat.
Yeah. You're basically recreating it. It's delicious.
This guy, a Boston man, arrested on shoplifting charges, is suspected of being linked to more than $56,000 worth of thefts from Target stores across multiple states. 54-year-old Long Tran.
How long?
Long enough. of Dorchester was arrested last week after being stopped by security personnel at a Target in Boston's Dorchester neighborhood. Shortly before 5 p.m. on Tuesday, police were called about a shoplifting incident at the store. They were told by the store's loss prevention officers that a known shoplifting suspect was seen hiding 27 bottles of lotion inside of a large duffel bag. Where are you going? Diddy's house.
His
27 bottles of lotion.
You know, it's the wintertime. You got to moisturize. You know, people's skin gets very dry. You don't want to get too scaly or what have you.
I remember this from years ago, though, when there was a guy that was caught at the Stop and Shop here, leaving the Stop and Shop with steak shoved down his pants.
Yes.
Like it was an Animal House. When remember they were shoving all the meat down their pants?
I do.
So he's got all this meat down there. It turns out he was bringing it to some bodega down in Springfield.
And selling it.
Where they'd rewrap it in a different cellophane package and sell it as if it's fresh meat, which is not a bad business model until you get caught. It's a pretty good business model, sending somebody, hey, why don't you can you go up to the Stop and Shop and get me like 3 or 4 ribeyes? Put them down your pants, the ones that are like really expensive, and then we'll resell them at a much lower price, but we're still making out it's 100% profit no matter what.
Yeah. On the other hand, how do you feel about eating a steak that's been down some guy's pants?
Listen, how do
It's
you
wrapped
know?
or not?
Have you ever eaten at an Applebee's before?
Yeah, I know.
And don't ever question where food comes from.
I understand that, and I understand that you don't know what's gone into the food before you get it served.
You give me crap all the time about the tater tot I ate off the ground at the Big E. And you know what? I built up immunity by eating at an Applebee's for years.
It's
like the kids picking their nose and eating their boogers. That's how you build up immunity.
I've never. Well, first of all, I've never been to the booger stand at the Big E. But on the other hand, I also know that the Big E. There's like millions of people walking around.
Yeah.
On occasion, depending on where you are, there's animals that have been walking around in their stables, walking those streets too. And I would not eat something off the ground. I'd probably kick it under kick it away.
I will respond to that by saying, have you ever eaten at an Applebee's? And if your answer is yes, then you really have nothing to say about that.
And my answer is yes.
Yeah, see?
I have.
See? And you don't even... See, it's the not knowing. You didn't see what they did with that food before they threw it in the microwave and served it to you. You're only thinking, hey, all right, this is the best thing we got right now.
Right.
It's the only place we can eat, the only place that's open late, whatever. But, you didn't see how many times that sirloin steak from Applebee's was dropped on the ground in the kitchen.
You never want to ask, like the waiter or waitress at an Applebee's, is this steak flame broiled or just defrosted?
Is this dusted in floor stuff?
Was this used to clean any work surface?
Yeah. Do you want this blackened and dusted on the floor of the Applebee's?
So what can I get for you tonight? I would like the steak, but if you could rub it around the toilet rim, I'd be much happier.
Do you want the grill marks in it? No, I prefer a boot mark across my Applebee's sirloin steak.
I would even be satisfied with a Nike swoop.
A Nike swoosh. Swoosh. There you go. Your Pioneer Valley forecast today is going to be, and I will tell you, going to be cloudy with a high of 30. Tomorrow, cloudy with a high of 40. It is 17 right now in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Oh, yeah.
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock at 7:54. And Aerosmith with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Cloudy today with a high of 30. It's 17 right now in downtown Springfield.
Less than 100 tickets remain for Bourbon Barbecue and Blues. It's coming back on January 31st at the Log Cabin in Holyoke from 6 to 9. A night of great food, smooth drinks, and hot blues brought to you by Dave Miner Exterior Home Improvements. Your admission includes a Pendleton whiskey tasting, the multi-course meal, and a live set of music from Neil and the Vipers after dinner. Again, tickets are on sale at rock102.com. Bourbon Barbecue and Blues, January 31st at the Log Cabin. Brought to you by Dave Miner and Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock.
Whatchamacallit? I bet you there's less than 50 left because that has been running for over a week. It was right after Christmas that started.
Oh, really?
And I'm sure that there are probably a lot less than that. So the important thing is go get them now before they are all gone.
Because, see, we don't sell tickets at the door because it's a multi-course meal with all the booze tasting.
We have to have the finite number of people
Yeah.
that are going to be eating there in order to make the event successful.
It's
So
a nice event, man. I got to tell you, that's one of our nicer ones. And we've got some pretty crummy events that we do every year. This is not one of them. This is actually a very nice event.
It's a great event. I'm reading this story here this morning. McDonald's has been hit with a class action lawsuit claiming the McRib doesn't contain any rib meat.
You know, the McNuggets don't carry much nugget meat either.
How did you not know that? Like, it's clearly not. It's some kind of rubbery type of thing. It does. I mean, it tastes kind of like meat, but you don't know.
No, it's definitely meat. It's definitely meat. But if you've noticed that the shape of the McRib is very much like a waffle fry.
Yes, see, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's not natural. There's nothing natural about a McRib. There's nothing natural about any McDonald's food. Maybe the French fry, but even that, it's like soaked in whatever the hell it's soaked in before it becomes a French fry at McDonald's.
Yeah. Apparently, according to the internet, it is ground pork shoulder.
Yes, ground pork shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff.
Yes, that has been processed to be molded into like the waffle type of experience that so many people enjoy.
So McDonald's says the federal class action lawsuit claiming it's misled millions by marketing the McRib as real pork rib distorts the facts. The 45-page complaint filed on December 23rd in Illinois by Charles Lynch, Dorian Baker, and Derek Wilson takes issue with the product's name and presentation, notably the term McRib and its rib-shaped patty, which they say would lead a reasonable consumer to believe the sandwich includes real rib meat when there is none. According to the complaint, the McRib is actually made from what you said, restructured pork, which combines cuts such as shoulder, heart, tripe, and scalded stomach, none of which qualify as rib meat. When they pride themselves on all beef hamburgers, they are, in fact, all beef hamburgers. It's just not what.
Okay.
It's not like a cut of meat that you're not getting like the prime cut of meat.
No, you're getting whatever fell on the floor in the slaughterhouse.
Yeah.
But as far as the McRib goes, I mean, they have to call it the McRib because if someone would to go to the restaurant and say, excuse me, I would like the McPork that's been emulsified and restructured and specifically ground shoulder with a pickle. No one would buy that.
Okay. Technically, hamburgers contain no ham. So, I mean, how far are you going to go with this? It's McDonald's. How could you reasonably expect that it's actually food?
Is Ronald or Mayor McCheese expected to testify in this lawsuit?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't understand you're doing a class action suit. So then once everybody finds out about this and they all make their claim and everybody gets $4 in the end, what does that do? What does that do to the company? Nothing.
Well,
what it would do to the company if one guy got millions of dollars going, ha-ha, I screwed you. Now you won't do that McRib thing again. Now they're just spending $1 million.
If McDonald's changed their approach here, and renamed it something that was more like the McPork, I mean, have you been damaged as a result of the fact it's calling it the McRib when in fact it's not rib meat? Have you been really damaged when Subway was selling you a tuna fish grinder with no actual tuna? Have you been damaged in some way?
First of all, dolphin meat tastes way better than tuna anyway.
Of course.
But yeah, the reasonable expectation is you're not eating actual food. You're eating whatever was processed in a lab somewhere and turned into a meat-like product.
I love my meat emulsified.
Well, there you go.
And restructured.
Well, let's find another restaurant to take issue with and see if we can get some money out of it.
It's 8 o'clock on Rock 102.
Rock 102.
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 8:12 and Sabbath with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Cloudy today with a high of 30. It is 17 right now in downtown Springfield.
Well, this is an unexpected twist of fate that comedian Marty Caproni would walk in the studio.
It's
There
like
he
Santa
is.
Claus.
How
How you
are
guys
you?
doing? I'm good.
You delivered some homemade chili. Thank you very
A
much.
sack of chili. Santa's sack of chili.
That is my chili sack.
Yeah.
I obviously for the game yesterday. I know you and I are football fans, not like some people who are un-American. I made some Patriots chili last night. My special chili. You have to give it a try and see if you like it.
Does it taste like victory?
It should.
All
it
right,
should.
good.
It worked. I'll tell you that.
There you
it
go.
worked very well. In fact, it was. It wasn't looking too good. It was like 7-14 when I was done, and then as soon as I made the first bowl, they just
That's
wiped
it.
them
That's
out.
all you needed.
Yeah.
Right.
Look at you.
Look at that.
Can we talk about what you just did? A couple
Yeah,
weeks ago?
sure,
What,
we can.
Pretty. Well, I guess it's
Our
not
young-
that big of a deal.
It's a big deal.
It's a
Our
big
young
deal.
boy Marty is growing up into the big leagues.
That's right.
I'm growing my little wings.
You went and performed at the mothership.
I did the house that Joe Rogan built.
Yeah.
I did. I went right before Christmas. I went to Austin, Texas. I was back on the road again with my buddy Jessie May, and she asked me if I wanted to do it, and I said, "What the heck? Why not? I haven't been on a plane."
You know, it's funny.
See what
I
happens.
don't know what that woman sees in you. I
Thank you.
thought you were
Thank you.
washed up and ready to go.
Yeah,
and,
well,
you
that's
know,
two
here
of
you
us,
are.
to be honest. But no.
Whose coattails are riding who?
Yeah, right.
But she's great. So I was like, yeah, of course. So I was like, yeah, I've been on a plane for a while in comedy. You know, I used to be on a plane 20 times a year for comedy. And now, I don't fly a lot. So I got on a plane and promptly realized why I don't go on a plane all the time. Because I think I texted Nagle because I thought I was going to probably die.
I don't know why you text me.
Well, I texted, obviously, I texted my wife and kid.
All right, fine. Yeah.
Right, I couldn't text my dog, but I was like, "Tell the dog I love him." And then,
The dog ran out of minutes.
and then I thought to myself, I never fly Southwest, but I'll say, but Steve was like, I got some extra miles, so what's the worst that could happen on Southwest? So I got on Southwest. So I figured, you know what, if I do die, I want him to have a guilty conscience about this. My flight ended up having to turn around somewhere over New Haven. I usually keep track when I fly. I go 3 minutes in, and then I go, oh, okay, now I'm good. I can relax.
Yeah.
But now they got to turn around 3 minutes in.
I did 3 minutes in. I go, oh, I can relax. I put my phone away. It's 6 in the morning, right? I got up at 3:45 to leave to go to the airport. I just closed my eyes. I'm off to sleepy land, and the captain comes on to, we got a little problem here with the plane. It looks like we're gonna turn around and try to get her back down on the ground and
Try
and
to get her back down.
That was the verbiage that really made me like, what?
We're going to try not to drive this thing into a body of water. If
Yeah,
it's okay with you.
Oh, there's this Long Island Sound we got right here. That's perfect. We can
Yeah,
probably land a plane, don't you think?
So it was crazy. So then we turned around, and you're used to the trip, right?
Yeah.
You're used.
Yeah.
So I'm like, this isn't the normal way we go back because we're going right up the Connecticut River. I'm like, oh, there's Middletown,
Yeah.
and I'm thinking Sully, Sullenberger, all my friends that were on that flight from
Yeah,
Chicopee,
yeah.
and then we're coming in, and I've texted everyone at this point, and now I'm just like, well, don't get too worried. Everyone on the plane, you can hear a pin drop. Everyone's just in their own head, and then probably praying, and then I look out the windows and I catch just a couple of the fire trucks you can see on the side of the runway with the lights going and everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that'll make you say a lot of prayers.
Sure.
So, real fast. And I said those and we landed. I've been looking on like the FAA database to try to find out what the incident was or whatever. But they said, oh yeah, the plane's going to be out of service for at least 7 to 8 hours. And so we're going to put you on a different flight. So I got in real. I got up. I left my house at 3:45 in the morning. I didn't get to my hotel in Texas until 9:45 at night.
Which actually was 10:45 at night because it's an hour
Bad.
difference.
Right.
Yeah.
Time
Yeah.
zone. They don't
Yep.
tell you about that.
Yep.
Well,
Yep.
I mean, at least you got to see America.
Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah. I get to fly out of Nashville too, which there was a storm, and that was the second worst flight I've had in my life.
Now, do they, when there are emergency vehicles, on the runway and they're waiting for you?
I don't know if they were. Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out. I don't know if they were for me or they just happened to be there. But
did they take you off the plane immediately, or was this one of those things where you had to spend like 6 hours in the plane?
No, we landed, and it was real quiet. And then I was trying to think of the bit, like, do I be the guy who cheers when we land? But I was like,
Did anybody do that?
Not really. Yeah. It's just a big sigh of relief.
Like, thank God we're back on the ground.
And then we zipped right over to a gate, and we were off it, like, right away.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's scary. That's like one of those things that, like, I'm the same way. I get on and like the first like 10 minutes,
right?
Because they say the 2 times are the takeoff and the landing.
That's exactly
those
right.
are the 2 times that you got to worry about
happens.
what's going on.
Right.
And once you get into, it's basically autopilot the
when
whole way.
When you're 10, 12 minutes in, you're like, I'm good. We're getting altitude. We were probably 20,000 feet, 16,000 feet, whatever we're at. And then when that comes on, you're like, what? It was crazy.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I was going to say to you, I'll never fly Southwest again, but I didn't say that, and I'll tell you why. On the way back, I got to fly next to dogs twice.
Dogs?
Yeah, it's my favorite thing.
Should we really be judging the other people in the plane like that?
No. Well, a couple of ladies. No. Yeah, but 2 dogs. I got to sit next to Howie and Chief.
See, that's nice. You got to
I had lovely flights home.
Yeah, perfect. So
it was great.
I went to a New Year's party, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
And this guy brought puppies with him. To his golden retriever had a litter of puppies, and like all these people were holding puppies, and I'm like, every party should have a litter of puppies at it. I think that's a great idea.
Were these like door prizes?
No, they weren't. The guy was he was breeding them for somebody else. Somebody else was hey, everybody needs a good breeder.
He must have got tired.
I'm a breeding bull.
This guy must have got tired. Oh no.
Yeah. Well, it's the golden retriever shower that you take. Anyway, so the guy had puppies. And it was like, this is awesome. Yeah. Every party should have puppies at it. It made the party 100 times better than it would have been without the puppies.
You sent me the picture of it, and I was like, I was all excited. Then I was mad that I didn't go to the party.
Well, you should have went to the party.
I know. I would have been. I would have came home with a golden, whether he wanted me to or not.
Yeah, I would have snuck it out. Yeah.
So
puppy smuggling. Well, I'm glad you made it safe.
No, not only did I made it safe, but I had a great time down there. No one in Texas probably is ever going to listen to this, but there were a few people down there from Massachusetts at some of the shows, which was really cool. So for that, thank you very much, and thanks to everyone who did come. It was fantastic.
There you go.
And we're going to be doing some more road stuff here this year.
Oh, good.
Jess and I. So
I'm going on the road too.
Yeah, you're going. We're still doing Thursday, right? We're good for Thursday.
We're good for Thursday, but then I'll be in Buffalo the rest of the weekend.
Yeah, look at you.
I know,
a big boy.
And 2 weeks from now, I'll be in Syracuse.
Look at this guy, huh? Going out. Can you say who you're with?
TJ Miller.
All right,
and Brian Plum.
There you go.
Yeah.
Two great guys. That's fun. You're gonna have.
I should have said Brian Plum first. Everybody knows him better.
I think people know TJ Miller.
I'll be appearing at the CVS in East Lomita, picking up some prescriptions and also some greeting cards.
You should come do the show on Thursday.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
It's an hour earlier now. It's 7:00.
Maybe I'll just sit in the crowd and mind my business.
All right. All right.
I think that's where I can do the least amount of damage.
You do what you got to do.
It's 8:21 on Rock 102. It's classic rock. It's 8:27. And Def Leppard with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Liam's got the full forecast for you, and he will tell you.
This week on Baxy's Musical Podcast, my guest is Stu Cook from Creedence Clearwater Revival, and it's a hell of a conversation.
That's big, yeah.
That's a pretty good one. We talk about the band, we talk about the breakup, we talk about his full-time job of hating John Fogerty. It's actually a really interesting interview, and we'll also talk about Jackdog, which was a project he did in the 1990s with John McPhee and Keith Knudsen from the Dewey Brothers. Talked to John McPhee a few weeks ago. Really interesting. Check that out on Apple Podcast, Spotify, the Rock 102 YouTube channel, rock102.com, and on the app. All brought to you by Metro Chrysler, Dodge Jeep, and Ram at Chicopee, and Rock 102 Springfield's Classic Rock.
Is he still angry at John Fogerty after all this time?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, the story of it goes like this. They signed a terrible contract when they first started.
Who could think of that back in that day?
Yeah.
Eventually, their career was managed by this guy named Saul Zaentz. You may recall one of the songs that John Fogerty did on his Centerfield album is Zaentz Can't Dance, but He'll Take Your Money. This is a guy that basically destroyed them all financially. And John Fogerty just, for whatever reason, wouldn't perform the songs live. He wound up being sued for plagiarizing himself from Saul Zaentz, and it caused such a division amongst the band that it's nothing but tension. I think if Stu had the chance, he would play with John Fogerty again. But John Fogerty, time after time after time, after millions of dollars have been thrown in front of their face, continues to say absolutely not.
And now the old man is down the road.
The old man is down the road. But it's a really interesting conversation, so please check that out when you get a chance.
Sweet.
Okay?
Cool.
All right.
News is next to Rock 102.
Here's your
832 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. It's time for news brought to you by Naples Home Buyers. They buy homes as is and offer solutions to any problems. Naples Home Buyers. Here's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Bax. Holyoke High School was the place to be on Saturday night. That's where the 70th annual Grand Colleen pageant took place. Now, during the pageant, contestants were judged on their resumes as well as their intelligence.
That's called a resume, Steve.
Whatever. Personality, poise, and appearance.
I believe that's
Poise.
Oh, poise.
Poise.
Yeah.
Not po-eyes.
Isn't that a Hawaiian thing? A poi? Isn't that?
No.
it's a fish, right?
yeah.
It's a
That's
poi?
a koi.
Oh,
like
thank
comedian
you.
Joe Coy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. During the event, the top 5 finalists were chosen. They will now go on to the next round of the Grand Colleen Coronation Ball and Awards Dinner on Saturday, February 14th, Valentine's Day. One of the contestants will be crowned the 70th Grand Colleen. What happened last year in West Springfield was some girl got the West Springfield Colleen, and then it was actually supposed to be going to somebody else. I don't even remember the whole story about that.
Was she like not Irish enough, or was that the story?
No, that was a different one.
Guys, I feel like I can comment on this because I have a little Colleen knowledge now. As you know, my daughter was on the court last year in Chicopee.
Her name's not Colleen.
No. Just Emma. But
I was gonna say, how do you find a bunch of girls named Colleen?
Well, there's a lot of them out there.
Well, but one of my daughter's friends that she used to run with in high school for track or whatever, she was the one I believe that won. Really nice girl. And then like a day or two later, they were like, we had a judging miscalculation. So
yeah, there was something
blah,
going
blah,
on.
blah. So I don't know how the ins or outs of it, but I know that the other girl ended up assuming the role of Colleen, and this girl just chose to part ways entirely. Didn't want to, obviously, I think, go on a court after she was already crowned. But the Holyoke, man, they run a good show.
They run a tight ship over there.
Chicopee does too. The Chicopee, They do a nice job with the banquet and all the stuff for it and everything. So excited for the new kids that are taking over this year.
I believe I was a judge for that once.
The Colleen contest?
Yeah, I vaguely recall being a judge and judging high school teenage girls and feeling like, should I really
That's an
be
awkward thing,
That's
right?
an awkward thing. Yeah. Especially since, if you vote for someone, for somebody, maybe shouldn't have won or whatever, and parents get all, how it is, like parents are at like a kid's soccer game. They get all puffed up and they want to start swinging fists and stuff.
This is a conversation that I had. You tell me if I'm wrong about this, but as a guy, right? Like you had daughters, right?
Sure.
So when the Colleen, everyone's like, "Oh, that girl's beautiful. This girl's that." And I'm just going like, I'm not commenting on their looks. They're teenage girls. You know what I mean? Like my brain doesn't even go, well, I think it was my wife and her friends. They were talking about some of the boys that did track with Gene in high school. And they're like, he's a very good-looking boy. He's a very good-looking boy. And I just was, like, quiet. And then on the ride home, she's like, he is a very good-looking boy, though, you know? And I was like, hey, that's kind of weird. She's like, no, it's not. And I was like, yes, it is. I was like, if I said... Oh, Emma's friend over there, she's a really good-looking girl. That's a weird... is that not a weird thing?
Well, it depends on how you're presenting it. You know, if you can say that girl is a pretty girl. She's a pretty girl. Mm-hmm. I don't think that's sexualizing something.
I'm not saying it's sexual. I'm just saying there's a weird double standard.
It's a little creepy.
Yeah,
it's a little creepy. Yeah, I can see that.
And that's what I'm saying. And I think it's just like a thing as like a mom.
You're just mad nobody said that about you.
Oh, well, listen, I was a homely kid.
Listen, I think
still am.
I think it's different if you, depending a lot on how you word it. If you say, well, that's an attractive young lady with a lot of promise in the future. Well, then I think that's probably acceptable. But on the other hand, if you say, "Wow, that chick's really hot," you know, and then all of a sudden, then everyone's going to go, "Yeah, okay, maybe it's time to call somebody an authority figure in this case."
then you made the whole Colleen contest really weird as the judge.
Exactly my point.
But which is kind of that's what I was saying is like I think if it was a guy's like pageant thing or whatever, a woman could judge it because two moms could be like, "Oh, he's a good-looking guy. He's a handsome boy."
Not a Chippendale show.
Well, you take two guys like us. We're not gonna be like, yeah, that's a really good looking lady. She's real pretty. She's a pretty girl. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Even you saying pretty girl creeped me out.
What you can't say that?
I
She's
know
a
you
pretty
said it
looking
normal.
girl.
This is how I heard it in my head. Oh, she's a pretty girl.
Yeah,
I heard
get
it in my head.
That's what I'm saying. It depends on what context you're saying.
Yeah, I think your word choice in a situation like that is very important, or you just say nothing at all.
Well, and that's or more importantly, I think you just don't. I don't know. You try not to even look at them that like they're kids. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, mostly anybody under the age of 30 is a kid to me anyway. You know, way you see your perception of especially when you have kids of your own.
That was one of my friends. My friends was going, what's her name there? Miley Cyrus. She's hot, and I was like, I realize she's a full woman now. I get it and everything. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, for years, I was watching Hannah Montana with my daughter. We had a little Hannah Montana blanket. It's weird to look at her like
How many times back in the day did you hear of mainstream figures waiting for the Olsen twins to turn 18?
Yeah,
there was something really creepy about
right.
that. Really creepy about that.
That's still creepy now when people are like, yeah, the Olsen twins or whatever. I'm like, they're like, I don't know, they're probably like 40, but I'm like, they're still in your head. You just assign values to people.
What's the old? It's a David Spade joke. I know you don't. This one, it's like, that JonBenet Ramsey. You take away the makeup, she's really not that hot.
That was a David Spade joke.
That was a David Spade joke. It's like, okay, well, all right. You got to live with that one.
This entire conversation is making me uncomfortable.
Oh, everything makes you. Oh, yeah. No, I agree.
Oh, sorry.
A West Hatefield man is facing multiple OUI charges.
Hatfield.
I don't know. Have you ever been up there before? I've seen some signs on some barns up in that place that you might not want to be stuck alone.
You don't like Hatfield?
Hatefield.
Smithsonian Chowder great place.
Is facing multiple WE charges after almost hitting a police cruiser on December 21st. And we're just getting this information today. Police said an officer was cut off by a Jeep Wrangler on Route 202 around 1:45 that morning. The driver allegedly failed to stop, leading the officer onto a side street. Reportedly, an air horn and siren were required to get to the driver to stop. An air horn.
Like you're at a hockey game.
Go! Authorities report the driver appeared confused and smelled it. Yeah, I would say that if you need an air horn to tell you to stop after the lights and sirens didn't do it for you.
You get out of the car, it's like, and the guy's like, is this third down? No, that's not even, that's football.
Yeah,
This is the hockey. It's
but they call it football in other countries. Yeah, he failed the field sobriety test. I didn't.
Shocking.
Surprisingly, yeah, he did. But that's like if you got to be told to stop after lights, sirens, and anything else, somebody yelling at you, and then an air horn is the thing that makes you pull over.
Yeah, that's pretty great.
Your Pioneer Valley forecast today is going to be cloudy with a high of 30. Tomorrow, cloudy with a high of 40. It's 19 right now in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Oh, yeah.
You need Rock 102 Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 8:49, and Stone Temple Pilots of Bax and Nagle and Marty Caproni at Rock 102.
Cloudy today with a high of 30. It's 19 right now in downtown Springfield.
The Monster X Tour is back and bigger than ever. The nation's most competitive monster trucks will invade the Mass Mutual Center on January 16th, and Pat Kelly is going to give you a chance to win a 4-pack of tickets from Rock 102 Springfield's Classic Rock. A reason to listen to Pat today and all week.
All right. Pat Kelly.
Marty is here. Good to see you.
Good to see you guys. Thursday we did do the comedy show at Shortstop or whatever.
$20 dinner and a show.
Unlike monster trucks, when you go see them, it's so exciting that I guess you pay for your seat, but you only need the edge. They always say.
I suppose, yeah, that's a good point.
Sunday, one day, all day. Flaming robot. We don't have a flaming robot that turns into a Trans Am or anything, but it's going to still be a $20 dinner.
Not on that stage, you don't.
No.
Not in that space.
No,
that definitely.
Yeah, you need some more pyrotechnics to make that happen.
Yeah. But we're gonna put on a good show for you. It's gonna be fun. It'll be great. I'm gonna tell some stories. It'll be a good time.
New Year's stories. That's what we do, right?
New Year's stories.
Yeah. All right.
We should. We gotta come up with some kind of thing too.
A theme.
Like a theme.
Well, we had. You missed the Christmas one.
I know.
Because you were in Texas.
Yeah.
But we had Mike the Lawn Guy show up and do his 5 minutes.
I heard he did great.
He killed it.
Did he really?
Killed it, yeah.
Yeah, you should come back.
Yeah.
Zach, too. I know Zach.
Zach Mack, he was there, too. Yeah, and he did
great.
a great job. And Phil closed the show.
Mm-hmm.
Solid as the day is long. I love Phil.
And then who else did we have?
Plum? Plumber?
No, he didn't show up to that one.
Plum? You never tell Plum.
He's kind of like, I'll be there if I get there.
He's in his own little world.
Yeah. That's all right.
I'll be there if I get there. Boy, that's a real sense of commitment right there.
Yeah. He's got Plum balances a lot of things.
He's got a lot going on.
He does.
I'm sure he does, but I mean, I'll be there if I can get there. That's like okay.
Plum, can you come do a show for free this Thursday?
No, I love Plum.
Plum, would you mind donating a kitty? Yeah, I'll get there if I can get there.
But listen, that's the type of kid he is. He'd look at his schedule, and if he was free, he would give you the kidney.
That's right.
That's good.
It's a good kid.
I told you off the air, today is the first vet appointment for the cat.
Meow.
Yeah. Going to the VCA, the very costly appointment.
Oh, man. You're going to pay through the...
No, I got insurance now.
You got cat insurance?
I got cat insurance. I insured my pussy cat. You don't want anything to get damaged by this little guy. But he's doing well.
And you like him?
I like him. He's a cute little cat.
Have you changed his box yet?
I have not done that. The deal was when we got the cat that I would not be responsible for cleaning that box. And luckily, every single day, the box has been cleaned out.
Really?
Yeah.
That's very impressive.
I was very delighted.
Because I know when I had cats, the only one that was qualified to change the box was me.
Well, my daughter learning about responsibility and things like that, and she's a pretty responsible kid to begin with. But I was very impressed by the fact that the stuff was gone each and every day, each and every morning. It was gone. The first thing she did in the morning was clean it out.
I'm going to give you a little gift idea.
Yeah,
for maybe next Christmas for the kid. Automated cat robot kitty litter box.
You know what? No. It's just another. It's $700, and it's
but
another
worth it.
electronic to have in your house that is going to easily break. People have been doing it the old-fashioned way. I have a stainless steel box, and a metal scoop, and the box gets cleaned once a week. What?
Can you really put a price tag on a clean box?
Right.
You saying my pussy cat box ain't clean?
I'm just saying that maybe your pussy cat became very smelly after a period of time.
Well, every once in a while, your pussy cat gets a little smelly, and you gotta clean it up.
That's why you need to have a clean box.
Yeah, you got some of that Summer's Eve spray you got for your pussy cat.
This is a good place for a stick-up.
But it's a first vet visit today. He's got to get a follow-up on his one of the vaccine things that he had, and plus he's got to,
Next time you have a get-together, either Bax or I'll take a dump in the box, and we'll change your idea.
Oh, I've already done that. I get to get up in the middle. I'm like, I'm not walking all the way to the bathroom. There's a perfectly good toilet right here.
You got a mountain lion in here?
Yeah. What did this thing eat last night? What did your pussy cat eat last night that left a load like this in the box?
You might want to ease up on the meow mix.
Yeah, but no, he's a good little kitty. He's playful. You know what it is? When we first brought him home, you got to remember the thing has been through hell.
Yeah.
The thing went. He was abandoned. He was found in somebody's backyard. The original owners didn't want him.
Yeah.
And then, so then he was in a shelter, and then he's, coming to our house, and then there's this dog there that, of course, he's scared of the dog, and the dog's scared of him. They're getting along a lot better now, but it just takes time to ease into it. You can't. It's not going to happen overnight.
A lot of guys do this thing where they're like, "Oh, cat, I'm not a cat. I'm a dog. I'm not."
I was always like that.
Yeah, you're overcompensating. See, now that you got a cat, you realize my problem is I can't because I'm allergic, right?
Yeah.
So, but look, cats are cool. They're fun.
Depends. Certain cats are not. Certain cats can.
I like a dog cat. I like a cat that acts like a dog, not a cat that's like, "You're home? I doubt it."
Well, sometimes this one gives the attitude, like I care less.
Well, that's just a cat.
Yeah.
But then, now he knows when I get up now in the morning.
Yeah.
So now I've been getting up in the morning, and he comes and he rubs his little body. He wants food.
Yeah, it's smart.
And I was like, I'm not feeding you.
Oh, so you're just being difficult to the cat. Now
No,
you're
I
out
feed him.
catting your cat.
No, I feed him. I'm like, you're not getting nothing. You wait till these kids wake up.
That's right. You're in charge. You tell that cat who's boss.
Yeah.
But he's got this little feather toy he jumps around with. That's pretty cool. He's pretty good predator. He looks like he's gonna be kicking some ass, mouse ass.
He's gonna drop a mouse in your bed one morning when you wake up. He's gonna drop you a dead mouse, and that's a gift.
As long as it's dead.
Yeah.
I one time did a house sitting job for my sister-in-law and my brother-in-law.
Yeah.
And I went over to their house, and they had a cat. And then I see underneath the dining room table, there's a dead mouse. I'm like, obviously it's going to happen,
Yeah.
And so I went to go pick it up with a dustpan, and it was playing dead. It wasn't. It just jumped up because it was trying to hide from the damn cat.
Boy.
Yeah. So I hope it's dead if it does get dropped off.
I saw some videos. I watched videos of one of them. The cat dropped the mouse into the person's mouth when they were sleeping.
Yeah.
And then the mouse runs out of the mouth, and the person's like, "What just happened?" You're like, "Oh god." I miss my buddy Mary Jo. She used to go on vacation. She'd be like, "Hey, can you do me a favor and just stop by and just spend like an hour or so talking to my cat and putting food and water in the bowl?" The dang cat. I started to love this cat, Sonny. It was like I kept saying to him, "Can we get a cat?" We can't. My daughter's really allergic too, so I like
there you
him.
go.
Yeah, good for you.
Yeah. Animals are sort of getting along.
Yeah. That cat,
They tolerate each other.
yeah, Wally's they're gonna be best friends before you know it.
Well, in the beginning, the cat was hissing at him and all this other stuff, and now it's like they can stand in the same space and not
Fight.
have a but they weren't even fighting. They were just he'd hiss, the cat would hiss and run away, and then the dog would be like, "Rrr." I don't want anything to do with that because he's a big pussy cat himself. But yeah, everything's working out fine.
All right. Very good. It's 8:58 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.